1.5 hours of super secret alpha 1.0 CBDBRO Zaza videos to get obliterated too. So on YouTube, here's proof that they're my videos. Anyway, let's start it off with socializing high. You ever tried holding a conversation while being blasted? It usually ends up being a mixture of trying to remember what the other guy said whilst analyzing the little bit of details that did manage to penetrate into your mind. Just recently, I had a guy come up to me at the store like, should I get the spicy ones or the cheesy ones? Hey bro, what you doing at Walmart? Who is this guy? Yeah, we met at that party a month ago. Oh yeah, I should say something. Yeah bro, just chilling. Just chilling at Walmart? That's cool that you could just chill like that. What does that even mean? My mom just died yesterday. Should I say something to add to it? I don't know where to go. No, it's too long already. I'm gonna be homeless soon. Wait, what's this guy talking about? So yeah, just been really sad because of that lately. Yeah man, I get you. But don't worry, cause there's always a bright side at the end of the tunnel, man. Bright side at the end of the tunnel? My mom just died and I'm gonna be homeless now, so I don't know about that, man. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know. But I just told you 10 seconds ago. Okay, see you, bro. Hope things get better soon. What was that guy talking about? I don't know. I think I'll take the spicy Doritos. It's even worse when you blast it onto Mars with a spaceship type of high. Cause I swear, I be getting memory wiped every 5 seconds. Like, I don't want to be mean or anything, but please understand, if you don't get your point across in 5 seconds or less, I'ma be right back to thinking about that one meme on Reddit I saw 2 weeks ago. Bro, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I finally got it. The secret to making endless money is... And that's all you gotta do. Wait, sorry bro, I'm kinda faded than a hoe out here right now, so... You said the secret to making endless dough was... Yeah man, what I was basically saying was that all you gotta do is start a business involving... So yeah man, I can help you get started. I've already quit my job and moved to Dubai. You can join me. Move to Dubai? What's this guy on about? I think I'm just gonna leave. So bro, what you think? You ready to get rich? Nah man, I don't think that's gonna work. Now, excuse me, I'm gonna go take a shit. It's not all bad though. You gotta love it when you see a homie at the store who's also blasted to the moon. The Zaza makes you connected on a multiversal level like, hey bro, what you doing? Nothing, chilling. Funny you say that. I would have answered the exact same way if you asked me that question. Sorry man, I'm faded than a hoe right now, and I just got hit with that memory wipe, so what you say again? Oh shit, you high too? Duh, I'm at the store, what else would I be? For sure, you tryna hit up that candy section though? Damn dog, you read my mind. Unfortunately, social situations can be pretty tough if you're not an experienced blazer, especially if you're talking to people you want to leave a good impression on. But remember, if you're ever in irreversible trouble and you have no idea what to respond, just say, that's crazy bruh, but I'm way too faded right now. I'm sorry, I don't think I quite understand. I said that I'm faded than a hoe up in this bit. No, Charles, you're fired. I think we've all bought from The Plug at least once. But for all my homies who live in countries or states where the Zaza still remains forbidden, you have most likely encountered many of them. And well, you know that no two are ever the same. One day you'll meet up with the most savage, straight out of jail, carrying a bazooka in his back pocket looking mofo, and then 1 week later hit up your boy Jimmy the Plug God, and he'll have you pulling up to his nice suburban household like, yeah man, so how's it going? Yeah, good? Okay, here's the kush. Okay, thanks. Goodbye. Anyway, here are the 5 types of plugs you'll most likely encounter on your journey to get the magic spice. Number 1. The plug who thinks he's an entrepreneur. This is the guy who'll be straight marketing and promoting his illegal business like he was some dropshipping guru. Like bro, I don't know if it's a good idea to be flexing your fat stacks on your personal IG and writing captions like 5-0 don't know what I'm on, can't stop a young king from thriving, hashtag drug money, hashtag trap king. I know a couple of these plugs, and the one thing they always have in common is the inherent and uncontrollable desire to flex on anything and anyone. Just a couple weeks ago, I bought from one of these guys, and in the span of the 3-minute long transaction we had, I learned the following things. Firstly, how much money he made this week. Secondly, that he is moving on to more profitable substances. And thirdly, on how he plans to launder his fat stacks. Like bro, aren't dealers supposed to be more discreet? Talking about being the local Pablo Escobar? Like pretty sure Pablo Escobar wasn't trapping $20 worth of kush in a 2002 Honda Civic, my man. Number 2. The plug that's only dealing to fund his party lifestyle. This is the guy that went to every single party in high school and just wasn't quite ready to move on. So now he is a part-time construction worker, full-time plug. These guys are some of the chillest dealers there are because they don't really take their job too serious. The biggest downside to buying from these types of plugs is that they are really unreliable. So just cause they told you, yeah, I got the stuff, write me again in 4 hours, then I'm free, doesn't mean that you'll be getting gas anytime soon. Cause when you do write him again in 4 hours, there's about a 80% chance they'll be already drunk and high at some local club sending Snapchat stories like. Number 3. That tries his hardest to act gangsta plug. This is the type of dude that'll have you pulling up to the most ridiculous places to secure the kush. Like why the hell are we meeting at the abandoned sawmill at midnight and you're telling me, come alone? Like bro, this isn't some Jackie Chan movie where we're doing some multi-million-dollar arms deal. I just wanna buy a eighth, bro. But shit, got me thinking, what if I do go all Jackie Chan on him? Next thing I know, I got 10 thugs popping out of the sawdust with AR-15s pointed at my head. All because he gave me 0.2 grams less, and I dared to test his gangster. Nah, but for real, these dudes are pretty reliable and usually sell quality stuff. But for some reason, they're always on about the crimes they've committed. Like bro, you're really flexing the fact that you were arrested last night and will be serving 2 years minimum. My man, that sounds awful. Are you okay, bro? Need someone to watch the kids or something? Number 4. The why are you trapping, bro? This guy has it all. His parents are wealthy, he lives in a nice house, he gets to drive his dad's Rolls Royce, yet for some reason he has decided it is in his best interest to start selling kush. Like, no complaints from me, bro. I love hopping in the back of this $200,000 car just to buy $20 worth of Zaza. But couldn't you just drive like some premium Uber or something? You'd probably make more money, plus you know, it's legal. Nah, but for real, why they actually trap is cause they just wanna get hoes and be respected as a true gangsta. Even though I can never take them seriously. Like bro, why you acting so thug? You do know if you ever short me, I'm just gonna tell your dad and he'll send you to boarding school, right? Number 5. The middle school trapper. Now this is the dude that only started trapping to fund the copious amounts of THC he smokes on a daily basis. And to be honest, I kinda respect the hustle. I mean, it is kinda funny buying from these dudes though, hitting them up like, then you pull up and they're always like at least 200 feet away from where they actually live because they don't want to get caught by their mama. But because these dudes usually smoke their own product, they always gotta comment about what you're getting.
This stuff hits different, bro. It's more of a body high.
Or,
man, this'll get you real messed up.
Or even sometimes,
yeah, man, I put in a little more because this isn't as good as the last stuff.
So yeah, basically what I'm saying is that these guys are the most trustworthy plugs there are, so you don't ever need to be worried about being scammed. Only downside is that these plugs are very temporary, meaning they usually quit trapping in about 3 to 6 months. Probably cause they mama beat him or something.
Timmy, what is this? That's nothing, mama. You ain't gotta worry about that.
I know what it is. It's from the devil. Get over here, Timmy.
No, mama. Don't. Leave me alone.
I think we can all agree that edibles are the final evolution of the magic green plants, and their powers should never be taken lightly. That is unfortunately a lesson I had to learn the hard way. It begins with me and the main homie Salamander and Ricky. So we're at school and the final lesson had just ended, so I picked up my Nike Elite school bag and started walking out the classroom when I heard Salamander and Ricky whisper something like,
"Hey bro, come over here real quick."
This had me instantly intrigued, because knowing Salamander and Ricky, I knew that they had to have something devious planned. What's up? So bro, you excited for tomorrow's field trip? Not really, it's just some boring museum. Yeah bro, you're totally right. But what if I told you it could be more than that? It could be a night at the museum type of experience. Bro, I think I know what you're about to say, and no, I don't want to smoke a split before we go on the bus. Why not, bro? Cause last time I got high in this type of situation, I damn near shat myself from the anxiety. Got me thinking of running out the classroom screaming,
I'm not high. You're all high.
Man, it ain't gonna be like last time. Me and Ricky experienced stoners. Fool. Yeah, but I'm still gonna say no, but thanks for offering, I guess. You're lost, fool. So tomorrow comes, and I go sit next to Salamander and Ricky on the bus. Cause even though looking back at it, they might have been a bad influence on me, at least they weren't NPCs like the rest of our default setting ass class. I sit down and ask them, so, you guys high right now? And they chuckled and were like, nah man, we decided not to do it this time. Gonna save the good for the weekend. Damn bro, that's a good idea. I'll definitely join you in the play sesh then, for sure. About 20 minutes goes by when Ricky pulls out a couple brownies. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Brownies? Bro, how did you not know they were edibles?
And the answer to that question is, well, I wasn't quite the stoner bro I am today. And at the time, at least to my knowledge, I was the only one who had done edibles before. Also, it wasn't like I wasn't sus at all. It went something like this.
Hey bro, you want one? My mom made them for the trip.
Of course, man, I'm hungry as fuck.
Bruh, that was bussin'.
Mom makes some killer brownies. What y'all laughing at? And then it hit me. I had been tricked, bamboozled, fooled. Bro, don't tell me that was a edible. Nah, bruh. Have y'all even done Netties before? It hits way harder than normal Zaza. Pfft, we know. We ain't even put that much in. How much then? 1 gram? Oh, okay, so that's 0.3 each. I guess we might be able to pull through. Nah, 1 in each brownie. What have you done? 15 minutes after eating those brownies, we arrive at the museum. And I'm already thinking how I'm gonna escape this place. Cause if these things ain't duds, there's no way I'm gonna be able to act normal. What pissed me off the most was these guys didn't have a care in the world. Talking about, bro, this finna be a movie. Like, yeah, bro, but probably not the type of movie you're thinking of. Gonna be tweaking so much, finna have to call the local priest to exorcise that THC out of your systems, fool. So at the 35-minute mark, I feel it. The first bit of high, and it kicks pretty hard. I wouldn't say I was gone or anything, but definitely on stage 2. And now knowing they weren't duds and that it was just the beginning, I had to act quick. Cause I knew in a couple more minutes I'll most likely start slurring my words and start chewing my mouth from the dryness like, oh no, I'm already doing it. I gotta act quick, now or never. Teacher, I have a problem. What's wrong? I'm not sure. I think I ate something bad. I think it's food poisoning, Teach. Okay, well, go to the bathroom then. No, Teach, that's not enough. It's too bad. I feel it. I'm about to shit. Okay. Call your parents and go home. Don't want you crapping all over this motherfucking museum, bitch. Okay. He didn't say it like that. But the point is, I had avoided certain death, at least academically. I called my dad and he picked me up. I told him what had happened and he wasn't even mad. He just laughed and was like,
You wanna go get some candy to enjoy the trip?
Sadly, Ricky's and Salamander's fate was not so happy. From what I had heard, they started tweaking like a bunch of tweaker geekers. But thankfully, they didn't get expelled or anything, cause they ended up just sneaking out and taking a bus home.
How are you already home, Ricky? You should be at the museum.
No, Mama. I think I am the museum.
There are many reasons why someone would choose to inhale the devil's lettuce or eat the forbidden fruit. Yet a lot of times when the before mentioned consumables are used, it's not for the right reason, such as trying to make a job interview more fun. You'll be sat there like, hello Mr. Bro, how are you today? Yeah, I'm good. So why did you choose to apply for this programming job here in SpaceX? Well, I saw the ad and I was like, SpaceX, bruh, that's a cool ass name. So I just grabbed me one of my space cookies, if you know what I mean, and strolled on over here. Okay. Security? Anyway, that's an example of a bad reason to get high. But here are 5 good reasons to get high. Number 5. You're hanging with new people. Now with this one, you gotta be real careful with your amounts, cause if you accidentally puff on that redstone torch for too long, you'll become the weirdo who just sits in the corner alone watching TikToks or something. The whole point of the Zaza in this situation is you'll find these new humans more interesting and actually want to listen to what they have to say, cause I swear, most people in this world just straight NPCs. Hey bro, I heard you're a friend of Salamander's, what's up?
You are correct, yes?
Yeah man, me too. So you enjoying the party?
Yes, it's good.
For sure. So what you do bro? What's your hobbies?
I like watching Riverdale and Marvel movies and enjoy drinking with friends at local bars.
Okay. That's cool. I mean, I like Marvel movies too, but instead of drinking, I like to blaze up with my homies at the crib.
Data downloaded, verdict reached. You are a junkie and I will no longer listen to your outlandish thoughts. We'll drink beer and watch TikToks on my phone now.
I mean, with people like that, no amount of Zaza will make them interesting. With someone who actually does have something they do that's kind of quirky, like, I don't know, gardening for example, the hash will get you acting like, bro, no way, so you're telling me you bought a handful of seeds and in 6 months you had a whole pile of tomatoes? That's crazy. Now I know who to call in case of an apocalypse.
And you know, I got some seeds myself of the magic sort. Maybe you can plant them and grow them for me.
Number 4. You gotta do some low effort grunt work. By that I mean something like helping your mom around the house or just doing mundane chores like getting groceries or something. With these things, the magic spice can only enhance your experience. Cause without it, you'll be walking around the store with your mom like,
ugh, we've been here for 10 minutes already, let's go home.
Compared to when you are sauced up.
Oh my god, Mom, look at these Doritos. It's a freaking mega pack. Can you please buy it, please?
Okay, why not? So yeah, if you gotta do some grunt work, might as well blaze up before. Number 3, you need to be creative. Is it just me, or does everybody hop on their Phineas and Ferb pack when they bugging off the Zaza? Cause I swear, I come up with my best ideas when I'm high. Like I bet the OG inventor, Da Vinci, must have been a daily smoker on that. Bruh, I ain't got no ideas. Gotta bang something out soon if I wanna pay rent.
Wait, hold up. I got it! I'm gonna make a freaking helicopter!
One thing though that kinda sucks is that when you're really high, you can't execute on these ideas, cause I guess your brain has shifted all power from daily functionality into the creative sector, cause like, I can come up with the most convoluted step-by-step plan on how to defraud the world government, but then be at the kitchen trying to make a sandwich like. Number 2, you got a completely free day. Now imagine, you've been working for 5 days straight. It's Saturday and you ain't got no responsibilities, no homework, no job, no chores, no nothing. There ain't a better time ever to roll one up and puff one down. Now you got the whole day to adventure around. And you know what's even better? If you and your homie or homies got the same day free, I'd be hitting him up like, hello? Hey man, what you doing tonight? Funny you asked that. I'm actually completely free all day. Me too. So, you tryna blaze up? Yeah, boy! Yeah, so where you right now? What you mean? Look out your window, fool! And the best part is, it ain't like you got a couple hours to enjoy. You got the whole day. The only, and I mean the only bad thing that can happen is some hard task or chore coming up. Cause nobody trying to deal with work or some difficult thing when they thought they had the whole day free.
Plus, you know, you're probably baked beyond comprehension on a day like this, so that also makes it very difficult.
Number 1, you wanna party, but you don't wanna feel bad in the morning. Some people might say that Zaza and partying don't mix, and I would have to respectfully disagree, because yes, when you get a little too zoinked, it gets pretty tough to socialize with people you don't know that well. But on the other hand, when you get your high right, everybody becomes about, 42% more interesting. Now mix in a little bit of drank too, just enough to get the words flowing through your mouth, and you got yourself the Healthy Party Man Mix. And bro, it'd be funny as hell the next day, especially if y'all stay overnight at the function, waking up the homies all smug like,
bro, what day is it right now? My head hurts so bad.
Yeah, man, I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Darn, sucks for you guys. I'm feeling better than ever. Actually got a whole day of jet skiing, shopping, and playing basketball ahead of me. Hope you bums feel better soon. But you do need to work on your alcoholism. It's not the correct path to be on, you know. You, man. Do you remember your first time smoking the Zaza? I bet you used either some type of makeshift Mountain Dew can where you inhaled more green paint than anything, or you rolled yourself an abomination of a spliff where half the stuff got stuck in the filter whilst you were standing there sucking on it like... Bro, why this shit ain't working?
Bro, of course it ain't working. Look at the damn crutch. You were supposed to roll a filter, not a leak-proof titanium pipe. Fool.
Yet, the more you blaze, the better your tools and skills to do so improve. But everybody starts off at Level 1. First timer. This is the level where you'll be holding your butts like Elon Musk. Only you're not Elon Musk and your homies will clown the hell out of you for holding the split like it was a diamond or something. Also, at this point, your understanding of rolling blitz is that you put the stuff in the middle and just kind of roll it up like a cone. It doesn't actually work like that. And if you were to hit any type of can or makeshift bong, even after the slightest inhale, you'll be on the floor coughing your lungs out of your throat like... So I just inhaled from this opening? Yeah, man.
You bastard. You licked it, didn't you?
But no worries, after a while of being clowned on, you'll eventually learn enough to get to Level 2.
Yeah, bro, I can roll it no problem.
Even though you're still only a beginner, this is where your confidence is at its highest, cause you've rolled a couple splits and instead of them being completely unusable, the homies usually are like, okay, whatever, it'll do. This is also the stage where you'll probably green out for the first time, cause you overestimate your tolerance a lot. Thinking that just cause you've blazed up 3 times in the past 30 days, you're ready to go over to the homie's house and start hitting something called the gravity bug? Whatever though, how much higher can you even get, right? Also, at this stage you just might have a makeshift aluminium can pipe thing at your place, but buying an actual bug is out of the question, cause you'd rather cough till you're on the floor in tears than pay 20 bucks for something that isn't even necessary. Well, wait a month or so and you'll be on Level 3. Schmack the diddly do. At this point, you've decided that the negative health implications of inhaling paint and plastic into your lungs is worth fixing with $23. And now that you have your own piece, your tolerance has gotten to the point where you can handle gravity sessions pretty well. There's really not much to say at this level, except you're the average smoker who can roll a quality spliff in a couple minutes, and you usually never ruin the group's vibe because you got too high. Well, that's until you get to Level 4. What's a dab, bro? You've mastered the powers of a gravity bomb, but one day your friend invites you over to his place, thinking it's gonna be an average day of blazing and playing Warzone. But then he pulls out something that looks a lot like a vape, only it's not a vape, it's the key to the other side. You hit the Benjamin for the first time, and you find yourself completely obliterated.
Nani?
So much so that you think to yourself, never again will I hit the Benjamin, for the power is too much for a mere mortal to handle. Until you realize that normal bud just don't get you as high as you would want to get. So you get your own dab pen and eventually you'll be on Level 5, the Double Benjamin. Now at this point you've thrown your bong in a box somewhere and you use something that looks straight out of a Rick and Morty episode, a dab station. But to be honest, you're starting to miss the good old days of getting faded by just sharing a spliff with the homies. Cause at this point, unless you're hitting ridiculous blinkers with the Double Benjamin, man, you barely feel high. So you decide it's time to take a tolerance break and ascend into Level 6. Avatar, the master of all 4 elements. You've realized that chasing the next knockout high isn't really what blazing is about, and you now just smoke up at appropriate times with the appropriate tools. So if you're just trying to chill and play video games, you might just hit a quick rip from the bong. Or if you're going to the store, you'd roll a nice spliff. And if you're going to, let's say, an amusement park with your friends, well, that's when you might consider busting out the Double Benjamin and getting faded than a hoe. We all know that the Zaza affects everybody differently. How someone starts acting depends on a lot of things, like their mood, the strain of the kush, and their overall personality. When someone is invited to the smoke sesh, all these things are taken into account, cause nobody wants to have their vibe ruined by that one guy like,
Guys, what if the police saw us hitting that blunt?
Jimmy, stop tripping, no one saw.
Nah, guys, I'm pretty sure they saw. I'm gonna call them and hopefully our punishment won't be too bad.
Bro, Jimmy, stop tweaking, nobody saw. What are you doing? Put that phone away.
I'm sorry.
Ugh, whatever. Anyway, that's an example of someone you would not want to get high with. But here are the 5 best types of people you will want to get high with. Number 5. The chiller. This is your normal, relaxed high guy. He's always happy to go along with any plans the group might have and usually remains chill throughout the session. Only that you can't have a group of just chillers, cause well, they just wanna go with the vibe. But if there's no one to start the vibe, then...
How you feeling, broskies? Yeah, I'm chill. Me too. Chillin' like Krillin. Facts. I'm chillin' like a McDillin. What's a McDillin? I don't know. He just chillin'. Facts.
So you can see that after a while, you might get bored of just chillin'. And that's when you need someone like number 4, the schemer. Every group needs one of these guys, cause as we know, the Zaza tends to make you one with the couch like,
Bro, your couch is so comfortable. I think I'm glued to this couch forever, man.
Hey bro, I brought the snacks. Where are you?
I'm right here, bro.
But the schemer will always give it his all to find an activity more fun than merging with the couch. So next time you feeling extra lazy and fault the homie for saying something like, Bro, let's go get some hoes or something. I don't want to just marinate in this room all day. Remember that without him, you might be more relaxed, but you'd also have way less awesome high experiences and stories. Number 3, the overanalyzer. Now don't get this one confused with the overthinker, cause they are not the same. The overanalyzer is someone who always makes the conversations more interesting, cause they think of things the average stoner just doesn't. You can be talking about something you thought was black and white, and this guy will have you realizing your whole life was a lie. In a fun way though.
Bruh, I wish I had some hoes. What you mean, dog? You do.
I do?
Yeah, bro. Remember that one girl at the 7-Eleven yesterday? She asked you where the soda was?
Yeah, so what?
Bro, do you really think she couldn't have found that soda herself?
Also, she had a smile about 3 degrees higher than when she was talking to her friend. And she was also 2 inches closer to you than the US, I'm just asking where something is, average.
Bruh, where you going with this? Even if she did like me, I don't even know her name.
But you got her number though.
What are you talking about? As she was walking out the store, I saw her whisper and hand something to the clerk. But the clerk didn't say or give anything to me. Well, look at the back of that Dorito bag.
Bro, no way. How'd you figure all this out?
Wait, it was I mean, yeah, bro, cause I'm a goddamn boy genius. Like, you should know this by now. Like, the fuck? Shit.
Number 2, the comedian. This guy feeds off laughter, and he'll do anything to get the entire group on the floor crying their eyes out begging him to stop. But he never does. When this guy is around, you can forget about focusing on anything, cause the comedian, man, he won't let you. This guy shines the most when the group just chilling and chatting, cause that's when he really busts out all his material. But sometimes when it's all business and shit hits the fan, he don't know how to act. And that's when you need number 1, the calm one. This is the dude that you want around when things go south and people start panicking. When everything is good, he acts a lot like the chiller. But when something happens that gets the group tweaking, he always keeps a calm head and finds the best solution.
Bro, what are we gonna do? My mom's coming home in 20 minutes and we look like some slow roasted filet mignons. And shit, look at Ricky. He don't even know where he is. Hi, I'm home. Where are they? What are you guys doing here? We're just chilling.
Everybody's first time doing edibles is always the same. First you eat them, then you wait for like 25 minutes, then you confidently proclaim, "These edibles ain't shit." Bruh. And then for the next couple hours, you just drift away further and further into that. The government are reptiles, the ocean is fake, the earth is a cube, and I must slay the Ender Dragon tonight. In my case, my first edibles really weren't shit, cause we accidentally might have forgotten them in the oven and burnt that THC into CO2, but we didn't let that discourage us from trying again the next day. So me and my brother, still fueled by the disappointment of yesterday, wake up at 9 AM and start plotting our next move. We only have 1 gram left, so if this fails, we're pretty much screwed. One thing you might not know about making edibles is if you're throwing straight grass in the oven like we did, then be prepared for the whole house to smell like Snoop Dogg's living room. So we had to carefully time our cooking so that when our parents got home, the house wouldn't smell like the plug's car, if you know what I mean. And this time, we did everything right, and after an hour of feeling like the stoner versions of Gordon Ramsay, we held the finished product in our hands. But before we devoured the THC cookies, we decided to go to Grandma's place, because she lived in the countryside and it was a beautiful day, so we thought it would be nice and chill there. Also, Grandma always is strapped way up with the candy, the cakes, the chicken, the steak. She got all the munch a man could ask for. So we're driving 20 minutes away and decide to eat them Eddies, so that by the time we're there, it should start kicking. Yet, when we arrive, we still feel nothing. We say hi to Grandma and sit down in the living room.
Bro, maybe we messed him up again.
Nah, I don't think so. We did everything by the recipe this time.
Yeah, let's wait a little more. It's been 40 minutes though. Should be feeling something at least.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go take a shit. So I hop in the bathroom to empty my system real quick, and I suddenly feel it. Bruh. Then I hear some music coming from the living room and get intrigued. I finish my business with the toilet and go to the living room to find my brother jamming it out to some old ass radio playing some Elvis Presley or something. I wanna call him a dumbass, but I can't, cause my body starts moving by itself. This music is peak, there is nothing better. Until the next old song comes on, and it slaps harder than Chris Brown in 2009.
I'm obviously talking about his music in 2009, not the incident with Rihanna.
At some point, we had enough of the old-timey radio, so we turned it off and sat down on the couch to discuss our next move.
So, how high are you?
Yeah, I'm high.
Yeah, me too.
Real question is, do we take the second cookie? Now, we had baked 4 edibles total, so we had 2 left. We didn't plan on eating them that day though, because from what we had heard, edibles are supposed to hit their max in like 3 hours after consumption, so obviously I answered,
I think we should, bro, for science.
We took the second cookies out of their folium wrapping and ate them with some milk. Then we decided to go swimming, cause shit, why not I guess. As we're walking to the pond, I suddenly think to myself, am I cold? And then it hits. I start shivering and feeling like a warm pizza roll in the freezer. I'm not supposed to be here.
I can't go on, I say. I'm too cold.
My brother looks at me with disappointment in his eyes like,
so that's all you can take? A tinsy-pincy little edible and you get scared of the cold, eh?
Now, keep in mind, this was when I was 18 and I wasn't quite the 420 god I am today, so I had this thing where if I got really high and it wasn't walk around in your boxers type of warm, I'd start overthinking that I'm cold and then I'd actually start feeling cold.
But I said to myself, no, I won't let these edibles control me.
And I decided to push through the unwavering cold and fight my inner demons at the little pond over there. So we pull up to the pond and it's time to go swimming. And it wasn't that bad actually. The water was pretty warm and once I got used to it, I stopped shivering. So pretty much the edibles had cured my crippling fear of the cold. We start walking back to the house and so far I thought I was suited to the max. But then the second Eddie kicks. And bro, this was the high I had read about but never believed in. It was psychedelic. My vision was crazy, like everything was 30 FPS and I could see an after image of my hand when I moved it. So at this point, there was no way I was doing anything else, so we went upstairs to our room and just started doing the randomest stuff, like inspecting objects, looking at the ceiling, munching. But the one thing I did that I don't recommend doing at this stage was looking in the damn mirror. It was crazy. I was not moving in sync with myself and I felt like the mirror version of me was from the other side, like Stranger Things or some shit. After like 30 minutes of doing things, we got really tired. Just standing up and functioning had become an immeasurably difficult task. So even though it was only 9 p.m., we decided to call it a day. But I couldn't sleep. These two monster cookies got me overthinking everything. Laying on the bed, eyes wide open like, bro, what if that really was the Stranger Things version of me? What if he's waiting for me to fall asleep? I don't want to go to the shitty other side. I don't know any plugs there. Where am I gonna get my weed? And when I finally did try to close my eyes, I started tripping way out. Half asleep, half awake, seeing these vivid dreams. Thankfully, at some point, I did fall asleep. And not just any sleep. I went into freaking hibernation. Cause I was out cold for a calm 16 hours. So I'd say lesson of the story is, if it's your first time doing edibles, wait like at least 2 hours before you proclaim the classic, these edibles ain't shit. We've all had a bad high before. And for some of us, we've had many. But what if I told you, you don't even know what that means? At least before you hear about the day I almost died while bugging off the Zaza. I woke up happier than usual because it was a special day. To be exact, it was my special day. My birthday. And I had planned a great celebration in my name. I was going to get wasted in my hometown with my old school friends. Because, well, I hadn't seen him in a long time, and I mean, I was turning 18, so you know your boy had to throw a killer party. Okay, to be honest, the party was pretty lame, cause my friends were either soy boys in a relationship or just plain gay, cause I told them multiple times, bring some hoes. The problem was, I had lost all my female connections in the area over the 2 years I was away, and they knew this. So how you gonna pull up to the party knowing your boy is back from the gulag and it's his birthday talking about,
Bro, where the hoes at? This party lame as hell.
bitch, I told you bring the hoes, any hoes, yet you come here with a 6-pack and a vape. What you talking about where the hoes at? Look in the mirror, fool. You the hoe. You the hoe. Anyway, so we're just chilling at my lame party when my boy Ricky hits me up like, hey bro, I saw you in town again. Wanna smoke some gas? And even though I do have an obligation to stay at my own birthday function, I decided to disband. Hey, everybody, thank you all for coming, but I'm gonna have to wrap this party up cause it's getting kinda late.
Bro, it's 11 p.m. Party's just starting. Let's drink some more beers, eh?
Yeah, it's only 11 p.m. Let's drink some more beers. Get the fuck out of my house, Charles. So I get these soy boys out my house. Like, sorry, but if you can't even muster one single female on a 2-week notice to come to a house party, are you really even a man? But yeah, so here I am, half drunk, walking to the European version of 7-Eleven when I get a text from my boy Ricky.
Hey man, you wanna come roll with us on this drop-off? We can blaze up in the car on the way there.
And I don't really want to get involved with any dealings of illegal substances, but like, I was pretty much at the 7-Eleven already and really wanted to get lit. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I get to the parking lot and I see the most rusty ricer stolen from the junkyard looking car, blasting gangster rap from the speakers like it was a 50 Cent concert. I jump in the car and see my boy Ricky, but also 2 of my friends from elementary school. They discussing this business whilst me and Ricky blazing in the back, when I noticed the driver seems kind of off. So I asked Ricky, hey bro, is that man good? Seems a little off.
Yeah, no, he good. Just had a couple beers. Bruh.
So I just found out that the driver is a teensy bit drunk. But I'm already here and we're blazing, so what am I gonna do, leave? It was about 10 minutes of chatting and smoking when the time came to roll out. And bro, when I say this car was the biggest piece of shit that has ever grazed public roads, I'm not exaggerating. The freaking bottom of the car was vibrating and shaking so much, it felt like we was having an earthquake. And on top of it, the engine was making these clunking noises, and the exhaust was spitting fumes like it was 1920. Even though I was high as a kite, it wasn't just the Zaza making me paranoid, because this guy was driving like he was on a NASCAR track. But the one thing he did constantly that got me praying to our Lord and Savior was taking every corner and curve on the opposite side of traffic. Even though we lived in a small town and it was midnight, if even just one car would have been on those dark and twisty roads that day, it would have meant certain death for all of us. You know those moments where you're like, oh Lord, please, I will never hang out with these thugs again and I will never smoke the good. Just save me from this death. that was me, but like times 10 at least. Anyway, what felt like an eternity of driving, we got to the drop-off, and it was just some more wannabe fuck gangsters interacting with our group of wannabe fuck gangsters. That interaction took about 10 minutes until we started driving back, and I was just praying the whole way to whoever would listen. Gandhi, Buddha, Michael Jackson, Pop Smoke, Jiraiya, anybody and everybody. Somehow we got back in one piece. Can't say the same words about the car though, cause when we pulled up to the 7-Eleven again and he turned it off, it made a weird noise. So he tried activating the shit box again and it wouldn't. So yeah, sucks for him I guess. So I say my goodbyes to the top fuck gangsters of my hometown, and all I can think about is, bro, what the hell happened to my old homies? Everybody's either a soy boy or a drug dealer, no in between. Guess the moral of the story is, chase your dreams, I guess. Oh, and don't go into cars that look like they were last maintenanced in 1955, cause there's a good chance that this'll happen.
Have you ever been baked and thought, damn bruh, I'm bored? Yeah, me neither, but here are my 5 favorite things to do that just mix perfectly with being high. Number 1. Munching. Obviously, this one's a no-brainer, but I gotta mention it. Who doesn't love buying a whole birthday cake and a 20-piece chicken nugget special, then proceeding to annihilate your whole daily calorie intake in about 20 minutes? And the crazy part is that I let my body digest that kilogram of munch for like 30 minutes and I'm right back to hungry again. There is the risk of overeating and getting a stomach ache, which can really ruin your high, but that's pretty easily avoidable with the OP skill called jugging water. Pretty much, just drink some water every 5 minutes of munching, and you physically can't get to a point where your stomach gets cramped, cause it's too busy being full of that health potion called H2O. Number 2, going outside with the homies. Now this one has a high cooldown, meaning if you do it for multiple days in a row, it'll get progressively more boring. But I think the most important factors for if you find it fun or not is what people are you with and your stoner power level. Now, your stoner power level is determined by the strength level of these 3 attributes: tolerance, confidence, and not giving a fuck. With tolerance comes experience, and with experience comes confidence, and with confidence comes the power to remain calm in every situation. So basically what I'm saying is, if you're baked out of your mind and you see some sleep paralysis demon type shit, you gotta be high enough stoner power level so you can remain calm and just go jump that goofy looking fool. Overall, this is a high risk, high reward activity, as if something crazy happens, you'll probably remember that night for the rest of your life. But if nothing interesting occurs, at the end of it, you'll be regretting not staying home and having a munch session. Number 3. Playing video games. This one is something that mixes quite well with being baked, cause a lot of times after a few puffs of that sweet magic hash, you get real tired. But nobody wants to just go to sleep and waste their high, so now you got 2 options. Lay on your bed and watch the day fly by, or get on Discord with the boys and play some whatever really. You're baked, man. Every game feels like playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare for the first time. And bro, on God, I be playing Valorant and be having some cyborg eagle focus. Out here hitting clip after clip, feeling like I'm Shroud out here in these lobbies. All that being said, the best thing about gaming on the moon is that you literally never get tilted. Or I don't know if it's just me, but I can be on a 5-game losing streak, on the verge of getting D-ranked, all the homies are arguing in the voice chat, and I'm just like, hey yo, guys, chill. We got the next one. We just gotta play as a team, that's all. Shut up, dumbass, you're the one who keeps bottom fragging. Number 4. Watching comedy movies or stand-up comedy. This used to be one of my favorites, but man, I've watched every good comedy movie that's ever been produced. Honestly, I've watched most of the bad ones too. A new thing I've been recently discovering though is stand-up comedy. And to be fair, it's good, but it just don't have the same it factor that something like the OG Pineapple Express had back in the day. That could be just a nostalgia talking, but I remember watching it when I was like 14 and it was just a straight banger. Crazy part is, I wasn't even high. One thing though that stand-up comedy got that movies don't is that you don't have to focus on it to understand. Cause at some point anything you watching just kinda becomes background noise to your thoughts. And it's good if you can shift in and out of focus while still understanding what's going on. Hey bro, you good? You kinda just been staring at the wall for an hour. Yeah man, I'm good. Just thinking, that's all.
Quick tip before we move on to number 5. Adam Sandler. This man only makes bangers. He's just incapable of missing, especially if you get baked before watching him.
Number 5. Listening to music and just vibing. This one can be a little controversial if you don't live alone, firstly because it is not something a non-baked human would consider as a normal pastime activity, but shit, when I'm suited and I suddenly remember a great song from my childhood or something and start vibing to the music video, I'll be feeling like I'm right there with my man Eminem rapping about being the real one out of all these fake shadies. This is also one of those rare activities where there is literally no downside to being as baked as humanly possible. What I mean is if you're just high, every lyric and instrumental connects with you. When you're at the level above high, you'll be feeling like you're right there with the artists. You go even one step further, and now there is officially a full-blown music festival going on right in front of your living room mirror, and you're at the main stage with thousands of fans cheering your name. Just remember to be mindful of how loud you're being, because nobody wants to deal with an angry neighbor, especially when you're suited out of your mind.
So, you've made it all the way here. Well, thanks to that, you get to discover the secret 6th activity on the list. Number 6. Getting more high. You might say this is obvious, and it just may be, but there's a certain sense of exploration and wonder in trying to reach new heights and go beyond the limits of the mortal man. Also, this isn't as easy as it might sound, because if you're a daily smoker, your built-up tolerance just won't allow it. That means you gotta take a tolerance break for at least 2 weeks to even think about doing this activity. But oh boy, once you meet the criteria for this one, it sure is one hell of a fun time. Unless you have a bad trip or something. But shit, just don't be a pussy and you'll be fine.
Being high is cool and all, but sometimes after smoking that good, you'll still find yourself just laying on the bed like, okay, what now? Well, don't you worry, cause after watching this video, you'll definitely have some great new ideas, so you never have to spend your highs just frantically thinking about every single situation you've ever been in your life and how you should have acted versus how you actually did. Anyway, let's talk about number 1. Going to the store/supermarket. When you ain't high, it always feels like such a chore to get groceries. But I'm telling you, you get some of that exotic homegrown green in your system, and you'll forget you're even there as a chore. The place feels like a whole theme park with the amount of stuff there's to do. Like, I'll be going to Walmart to get some toilet paper and end up walking out with a Nerf gun, a booster pack of Pokemon cards, and an unholy amount of munch. You really just gotta be careful that you don't get too distracted, cause it always sucks going back home like, did you get the toilet paper like I asked?
Yeah, left it in the car, I think. Let me just go get it real quick. Be back in like an hour.
An hour? I've even had times where I go to the store so zoinked, I end up wandering around for over an hour. Yet for some reason, I get all paranoid at some point, cause I always feel like people start looking at me funny when I'm at the toy section or something. Like, what bro? I'm allowed to be here as much as the next guy.
You've been playing this demo for 30 minutes now. Can you not see that other people want to play it too?
I don't know what you on about, bro, but I ain't leaving till I drop this nuke. Number 2. Talking about random stuff. There ain't nothing better than sharing a big old spliff with the homies and just chatting. Either you start talking about some deep, universal, existential stuff, or...
Bro, you ever think that like dolphins are up to something? What you mean, man? I mean, they literally torture other creatures for entertainment, so like it's a fact they're evil and smart. Yeah, I guess.
Think about it. They're evil, right? So if they were more powerful than us, they'd kill us all. But they're also smart enough, so they know that right now they don't stand a chance.
Where are you going with this?
Bro, you know that 80% of the ocean is unexplored, right? Yeah, so what? So what? Bro, dolphins are smart and evil. They want to rule the world, but they know they can't beat us right now. So the only logical answer is...
that they're plotting something in the vast ocean?
Yeah, where the humans can't see or hear them.
Bro, so you're saying it's only a matter of time before we live in on the planet of the dolphins?
Exactly. Yeah, right. Number 3. Cooking. I think everyone knows that the spice makes your creative side shine, but it also temporarily pulls a domain extension jutsu on your stomach, increasing your appetite tenfold. And if you live in a household like mine, where the kitchen holds just 2 pieces of bologna, some milk, sugar, salt, like 4 almost expired eggs, and if I'm lucky, maybe some bread, you're gonna have to be real creative if the munchies hit you. And at first I thought, man, I don't wanna cook, I just wanna eat. But bro, once you get into it, you'll be feeling like Gordon Ramsay, monologuing every move you make like, just a pinch of salt on these fine Irish eggs. Rustic. And now it's time to add the secret ingredient, the dry-aged Italian bologna. Okay, so it looks like it's not dry-aged, it's just 2 months expired, but no problem. Just scrape off the mold and it's as good as new. Fantastic. Once you start your cooking journey, you'll never turn back. And don't be too hard on yourself when your mom says that all your food tastes like dog poop, cause she just doesn't understand what culinary cuisine truly is. Number 4. Exploring places. This one is very situational because depending on where you live, you might not have anything to explore. But usually, when you look around enough, you'll find plenty of places. For example, I live in a very small town with a population less than 20,000, but we have an abandoned prison and some castle ruins. But it don't have to be something special like that. Just get suited and start walking, bro. Even if it's just strolling around in the city, when you really high, you'll be feeling like you in Cyberpunk 2077. Nah, for real, you'll even have a bunch of glitches, just like the game. Walking in circles, things suddenly appearing in front of you, NPC characters from previous missions popping up randomly. It's crazy. Also, it's healthy to go outside, so go ahead and be the productive stoner that gets stuff done, not just eats Doritos and watches Family Guy all day. Even though those Doritos are mighty tempting. Sometimes you do stuff that you shouldn't do, or at least you thought you shouldn't do, like mixing a mega pack of magic mushrooms with a ton of ultra fine Amsterdam Zaza. But I'll be damned if I was gonna give up on my one chance of pushing the limits of wonder and end up being some grumpy old man talking about what could have been.
When I was your age.
Shut up, Grandpa. When you was my age, you was a scarf knitting, romance watching, Toyota Prius driving, zero host getting pussy. Now shut up and give me my $20 birthday money, you fool. Anyway, so it begins with me and my brother in Amsterdam, yet again. It's our last day there and we're looking to end this trip off with a bang. We stumbled into one of those magic stores that sold all of these crazy substances, literally shelves stocked with little vials of liquid that had specific effects comparable to every drug you can think of. But we had our eyes set on something a little more natural, a little more psychedelic. A mega pack of Space Hawaiians. We grabbed those shrooms and brought them up to the counter, feeling like some kids at a toy store buying their first Beyblades.
So, how much should we take?
All of it.
What's the trip like?
Cool.
Anything else we should know?
Don't be a pussy, I guess. Can we mix this with the Zaza? No, do not mix it with the Zaza. Okay. Jeez, can't be that bad. Okay. Well, if you want to end up like that guy, be my guest. But no, you were warned. So anyway, we got the shrooms and left the store. But after what that guy said, I was low-key scared of these things. And on our way to the hotel, I started Googling like a machine. Reading every forum post about mixing shrooms and weed. And well, I'd say about 80% said not to do it. But man, the other 20% were hyping it up like crazy. Saying that it was the coolest experience they've ever had. And how you become one with the universe or some shit. We got to the hotel and instantly downed those Space Hawaiians. And started waiting for it to kick. Hey, is it hitting it? Nah, not yet. You feel anything? Nah, still nothing. Then bang! Bruh, I'm feeling it. Yeah, boy. We start doing the usual mushroom things, like looking at stuff, thinking about stuff, talking about stuff. But after a while, we got the genius idea to go to the red light district. If you don't know what that is, well, it's pretty much a street full of sex workers lined up trying to get you to come pay for that sloppy toppy 5,000. We went outside and brought our massive joint with us and started walking to where the hoes at, literally, and start puffing that hash. Mind that we are already completely shroomed up, so I'm a little worried about what this gonna do to us. It's either gonna be cool as fuck or not so cool. So by the time we arrived at our destination, we had smoked that spliff to non-existence. And man, I was high. I was so high that I thought I was in a fucking cartoon. Like actually, the world didn't look how it usually looked. I felt like me and my brother were pretty much aliens walking among these local people trying to fit in. The building seemed tilted and people's faces were blurry to me. But thankfully that didn't freak me out because I was just so amazed of how goddamn soinked I was. At some point, I started really feeling my brain, like not just a piece of meat in my skull, but the neurons that were constantly firing off. Meaning if I thought about moving my hand, I could feel my brain sending out the signal and how the electric pulse traveled through my body into my hand. So basically what I'm saying is, I felt like I was actually controlling this giant piece of meat that is my body like a goddamn mech suit. Anyway, what made this whole experience so trippy was the things we saw. The sex workers in the district were sitting or standing right behind these big windows and always had a red light to signal that they're here for business. But they seemed more like dolls than humans. They all looked the same. Giant fake lips, face painted with tons of makeup, and these skimpy ass dresses. Not gonna lie bro, it was low key freaking us out. Cause every time you walk past one of them, they looked at you, staring with those doll eyes, waiting for you to come closer so they can suck out your soul. Nah, they don't actually do that, but you know, that's the type of stuff you might believe if you mix cannabis with shrooms. We ended up walking around for like 1.5 hours until we got tired and went back to the hotel. But bro, those 1.5 hours, I swear, I was not on planet Earth. That mixture must have teleported me to the amazing world of Gumball universe or some shit, cause no way the things I felt and saw were of this world. But overall, we didn't freak out or have a bad trip or anything, so I'd rate this trip a 10 out of 10. Cause we had no issues really. After getting back to the hotel, we had the usual munchies and sleepiness. So really, that kush helped us out. Cause my experience with shrooms until this point was they don't let you sleep. But thanks to that fine natural grass, I slept like a baby. I think everyone has experienced a bad high before. Even though this debuff is pretty easily avoidable by strictly blazing in optimal conditions, I ain't no sissy. If the gas is available and the activity, however ridiculous it might be, has been set, I'm in. Like yeah bro, I'm totally down to hit 5 fat rips at your place, then puff down a 2-gram split for dessert whilst walking to the abandoned mental asylum your cousin told you about. Sounds like a great plan. Oh, the grounds are also infested with savage rabies-infected stray dogs? Bro, no problem. I survived like 100 rounds in Kino der Toten. I know how to deal with hellhounds. I think it's the adventurous spirit in the Zaza that makes you down to do whatever. Cause I mean, it could go bad, but bro, if it goes good, it'll be like a top 5 high memory at least. I used to have a friend who always invited me to these completely straight out of a horror movie scenario adventures, and my first reaction was always like, bro, you must be tweaking off some laced green. That don't sound fun at all. But me being the broke and stupid teenager I was, always folded when he said the magic words. I got the gas. One of the stupidest things I remember agreeing to was going to this grain combine where literally every couple years there was a story of some kid dying by drowning in the damn seeds. I mean, it was massive and the view up there was pretty cool too, I guess, but really why people went there was so they could say, yeah man, I climbed that grain combine, you know, kind of a badass. Don't really have a concept of fear anymore. I'm just a rebel at heart. What can I do? Hey bro, you think Brittany heard me say that? She totally wants me now. Anyway, so we're out here walking to the Pennywise evil lair the way children go missing in it, whilst puffing on this unholy spliff. The damn thing was so big, the paper couldn't handle the weight of the kush, so the Zaza was hanging off the filter like a freaking dildo. Must have been over a gram in that monstrosity of 5-minute crafts. And we smoked the whole thing. And you might be like, only a gram? I hit bigger rips on my apple bong. But keep in mind, this was years ago, and I had only blazed up a couple times, and never really in no stressful situations like this. We get to the grain combine, and well, I'm gone. Like, hop on a plane to Area 51 and steal a spaceship type of gone. But my friend was an experienced smoker, so he was just like, hi I guess. I don't actually remember asking him how suited he felt. To be honest, I don't really remember too much from that night, except for how incredibly faded I was, and how goddamn certain I was of my death at one point. Speaking of certain death, after sizing up the combine, we start going up this rusty, constructed in 1756, refurbished in 1805 looking ladder, and I'm sweating bricks like I was a construction worker or something. But man, it ain't my fault. Cause the higher we went, the windier it got, and at some point, the ladder started creaking like it was trying to get me to hop on the beat. Okay, I'm feeling it. Hey. Bro, what are you doing? Stop messing around and focus on climbing. Yeah, okay, for sure. In all seriousness though, I would love to say that, yeah, I'm a rebel. I'm like Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible. I'm like Jason Statham in every movie he's in, basically. But that would be lying. Cause at about 75% into the climb, I swear I saw a freaking bolt drop from the top of the ladder. And at that point, I was like, you know what? Nah, I don't wanna die. Hey bro, where you going? I'ma go ahead and not fall to my death. I think that's pretty reasonable of me.
Fool, I'll do myself.
Okay, not really. He went on top of the thing and took some pictures and got down safely, but bruh, he just got lucky. His odds of survival were like 10% at best. Although after that day, Mance did get like 50% more girls, so I guess that guy was actually onto something. Anyway, once we were both down, I was like, bro, that was cool and all, but don't ever enchant me with those magic words, I got the gas. Again, I won't fall for it next time. And from that day on, I was responsible as eating vegan foods is for saving the environment. I learned nothing. I went on many more devious adventures with that guy. I think we've all been to a carnival at least once in our lives. They are usually very, well, fun is the wrong word to describe it. I'd say interesting, I guess. So when my main man Salamander hit me up a couple years back and was like, hey yo bro, have you been to the town square? It's that time of year again.
What time of year? New Year's a ways away, bruh.
Nah, bruh, even better.
What could be better than New Year's Eve?
Bro, the carnival.
The carnival?
Yeah, man, the carnival.
That's kinda gay, bruh.
Man, shut up, fool. You just mad cause you ain't got no hoes.
You ain't got no hoes either, man.
What about that girl at the party last week?
Bro, you were so wasted you ain't even remember that it was the host's mom trying to escort you out.
Fool. Okay, whatever, man. You wanna come or not?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass. Shit's a waste of money and I'm dead broke.
We can get high before at my place, you know. Shit, why you ain't say that before? I'm in. I love the carnival. I've always loved the carnival, man. Salamander had kind of a funky home situation, so a lot of times he had a completely free house, which meant that getting high there was always awesome, cause there was just so much to do in that big ass house. Anyway, I pull up to his place, and if you saw my last video, you know that this man rolls the most perfect spliffs in existence, and this time was no different. Bam! Whips that big old thing out.
No homo.
And we puff that ganja stick till it's a stinger. Honestly, we probably smoked half the filter too, cause in high school, weed was so valuable that even when you could clearly tell there ain't no Zaza left, someone was always like,
hey yo bro, what you doing? There's a good 2 to 3 puffs left in that thing. I'ma hand bong it. All you, bro. All you.
Anyway, we get zoinked and I'm honestly feeling good. Like I ain't smoked too much nor too little, but just right. For now. We start walking to the carnival and I'm starting to get more high. But I know that's just cause I ain't laying on the couch eating Oreos no more and I'm actually outside embarking on a quest with my guide Salamander. So we get to the carnival and man, this place ain't what it used to be. I guess that's probably cause all of the animal right movements and stuff, but it looks like a retirement home for washed up circus clowns. Speaking of clowns, there was obviously also a circus show that was gonna be happening soon, so we went ahead and bought some cotton candy and popcorn and sat down waiting for it to start. Hey, it's starting bro, check it out, this finna be fire. And the way Mans was hyping it up, I couldn't help but get a little excited too, cause after all, I do have some great memories of circus shows from when I was a kid, and as we all know, there ain't no better combo than Kush and nostalgia. Except for maybe Kush and Twinkies. Anyway, they start announcing the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you have all been waiting for, the tamer of lions, the conqueror of the jungle, the one and only, Magistro!
Bruh, who the fuck is that guy? Man looks like Joe Biden's less successful brother. Shit, man, you right. I might have overhyped the carnival a bit, I guess. You wanna leave? Nah, bro, it's alright. This finna be funny as hell. Maybe I'll even do a flip. Now, there are two ways something can be entertaining. Either it's well thought out and executed, or it's a complete disaster and so bad that it's good. And this carnival show was the latter. We were sat there laughing like maniacs from how much they hyped this man Magistro up on everything he did and how anticlimactic it all turned out to be. Even though it did hurt to watch my childhood memories of lions jumping through fire hoops and acrobats doing quadruple backflips whilst riding on a horse destroyed by the one and only Magistro, it was still funny as fuck.
I think everyone here has thought about going to an amusement park high, because it just seems like the perfect mix of thrills and exploration. But what was holding me back from going for a long time was that I was scared of there being some sweaty employee who would call the SWAT team on me or something for having too much fun. Thankfully, I went on a trip to the Netherlands with my brother this summer, and you know your boy wouldn't let the golden opportunity of getting suited at an amusement park without any paranoia fly by. So we went, and man, it did not disappoint. It all started with us buying a pack of monkey balls, which were the strongest edibles they sold at the shop. I don't remember exactly the THC levels or whatnot, but the guy at the register said to eat one if we wanted to get totally bedoozled. Now, we drive in 30 minutes away from the theme park and decide to down one each so we can be baked by the time we're there. 30 minutes goes by, we at the parking lot, and this shit ain't kicking at all. The problem was, we wasn't sure if we allowed to bring him in, so now we got a dilemma. Either we eat one more and risk going insane, or we don't and we risk not getting high enough, and therefore being bummed out the entire time. And well, we ain't no pussies. So we decided, whatever, let's eat the damn second monkey ball. How crazy can it be if it ain't even kicking after 30 minutes? Now we in the park, it's about 50 minutes since the first monkey ball and it's starting to kick. First ride we went on was the main attraction. It was the biggest in the park and had like a super steep fall, but a damn 40-minute line. And bro, in the time of waiting, I could feel myself slowly but surely crawling deeper into the depths of insanity. We get to the front of the line and we somehow autopilot our way to the roller coaster. At this stage, with my soinked mind, I'm thinking my death is a certainty. Cause I'm 6'6" and there was no one there that tall. So I just assumed that the damn railing was gonna be too low for my head at some point and I was gonna get decapitated like a fool. But bro, once the ride started, all those paranoid thoughts disappeared and they were replaced with pure joy mixed with an adrenaline rush. Hey man, this is it. We're gonna die. This is a damn children's theme park. They haven't taken into account giant baked tourists like us. Hey bruh, I think that might have been the coolest thing I've ever done. After that, I wasn't paranoid no more, and the adrenaline kinda pumped me up. Now we looking at the map trying to figure out where we going next. Problem was, this place was massive, and cause we were baked out of our minds, we ain't understand a damn thing. Hey man, I think we here, right? So we gotta go this direction and we'll make it to this water, I think. Yeah bro, I think so, yeah. Bro, where the hell are we? Thankfully, the second monkey ball ain't hitting yet, but man, we were barely functioning already. So we walking around knowing that at some point we were gonna go into undiscovered territories of high, in a foreign country with no one to call and no way home. After an hour of stumbling around, we found the water, I think. But yet again, the wait time was 40 minutes. But ain't no way we backing down now, so we put on our big boy pants and faced the challenge head on. And what a challenge it was. The second monkey ball, well, it was hitting, and it was hitting hard. What made the waiting 20 times worse was that we were standing in line next to this group of teenagers that were acting real weird, looking at us, then whispering to each other, then giggling, that type of stuff. Worst part was, there was no way out of that situation. We couldn't just go a little bit back, cause we sticked out like a sore thumb. Two 6'5" guys with eyes looking like we had just unlocked our Sharingans, talking in our weird gibberish language. They was probably thinking we gonna put him under a genjutsu or something. Thankfully, we somehow survived that hell. Honestly, I think that was the only bad trip I've ever had, cause those damn teenagers kept staring at us and made me feel real paranoid. Unfortunately, the ride was rather forgettable, so I don't remember much about it. But now, I'm gonna talk about the craziest part of the whole experience. Getting stranded in Mushroom Land. If you know anything about amusement parks, you know that they are pretty damn big, and it's quite frustrating to navigate them, especially if you're high AF. Well, in the location we were at, there was a place called Mushroom Land. At least that's what I remember it as. It had 0 rides, just sights and museum type things, so we wanted to avoid it, but somehow we kept on ending up there.
The first instance of this was after getting off the second ride. We started walking, not really knowing where we were going, and we stumbled into the land of mushrooms. It was pretty cool at first, I guess, cause it had like these little huts and castles to explore. But bro, it was goddamn endless. You guys know that scene in the Percy Jackson movie where they go to that casino with the intention of staying for a couple minutes but end up being there for like a week? That was pretty much what happened to us. We couldn't get out. Whatever we tried, it felt like we were running in circles. The same shitty statues and weird expeditions came up again and again until 2 hours went by and well over 10,000 steps. In the end, by pure luck, we somehow stumbled on a random ride with a 15-minute wait time, which ended up being one of the best, cause it was like space-themed, trippy, and mixed real well with being high. Anyway, we got off that ride and there's about 1 hour left until the park closes. And honestly, I'm a little pissed off, cause we literally only been on 3 rides in the span of 4 hours. So we running around looking at the map scattered around the park, trying to get on one more ride. But it's really damn hard, cause at this point we are zoinked beyond comprehension, and I can't focus on nothing. Especially on some complicated map. Again, by sheer luck, we ended up finding a ride with a 20-minute wait time, but the park was also closing in 20, so there was a good chance we were gonna wait in line and end up not even getting on the ride. And well, the level of bedoozled we stood there for 10 minutes trying to decide to wait or not. Bro, you wanna go? We could go, I guess. Should we though? I mean, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We waited in line and it ended up working out because we got on the ride and out the park on time. The only problem was that we had driven there with a rental car and we were still baked. How baked, you might ask? Well, let's just say we couldn't find our car for an hour, even though the parking lot was pretty much empty, but we just kept on getting distracted by random things.
Hey bro, I feel like these bushes are like really well built.
Bro, we gotta find the...
Okay, you know, there really is something about these bushes that's just really nice.
Anyway, once we found the car, we kind of understood that there's no way we're driving back. So we ended up sleeping in the car, and not gonna lie, I slept like a damn baby in that brand spanking new Peugeot.
Have you ever gotten like really high and thought, man, I got a lot of energy right now. I don't feel like just sitting around and munching all day at all? Yeah, most likely not. But if you've leveled up enough and are determined to go on an adventure, here are my 5 best places to go while baked.
Number 5. The park. This one's a go-to hangout spot for most cannabis enthusiasts because, well, it's the park. There's all kinds of nature there, plus the overall vibe is nice and chill, especially if it's a sunny day. This place is at its best when you're with your friends, cause someone always comes up with the randomest idea that ends up being fun as fuck.
Hey guys, you see that tree there? Yeah, what about it? I think we should all climb it, right? And smoke on the tree.
Bro,
you're a goddamn genius. Man, this is nice, isn't it?
You can also go at night, which makes it a whole different type of cool. Get zoinked, put on some scary music, and just walk around. I've had instances where I'm dead certain I see a goddamn demon next to a tree, lurking, waiting for the perfect time to possess me. But you know your boy a level 5000 holy warrior, so I ain't worried about no Annabella pulling up on me, cause I keep that Excalibur real close.
Fatality.
Number 4. The zoo. You ever look at some lions right in the eye, daring them to come get you, cause you can take them easy? Well, it's pretty fun cause the devil's lettuce makes every thought so significant, and you really do start believing stuff like, hey, bro, I'm telling you, the lion pulls up, boom, jump out the way, bang, liver punch, front flip on it, neck snap, easy.
You're way too high, man.
There's obviously so much more to do than pretending you can take on lions, like looking at elephants, looking at turtles, looking at crocodiles. Okay, so the activities pretty much boil up to just looking at animals. But shit, it's pretty fun, don't hate on the zoo, you fool. Number 3. A water park. This one has a special place in my heart because I have always loved water parks ever since I was a kid. They're all the fun of an amusement park, but way shorter lines and you actually know where you are. Unlike a theme park which takes a freaking PhD in geography to navigate. Anyway, the one problem with this place is you gotta get your high just right. You smoke too much and you'll get overwhelmed and tired. You smoke too little, well, then you'll probably be thinking that you should have smoked more all day. But when you get that right, it's fun to the max. Cause man, I'll be feeling like a kid again. Oh boy, can't wait to go down the red slides. Bro, that's the kid slide.
I told you, Daniel, I want to go down the red slide, understand?
Number 2, the cinema. Kind of an obvious one, but then again, I know a lot of people who say they're too scared to go high, cause they think they'll get paranoid or something. I was like that a little bit too at first, but now I be getting baked beyond comprehension and start doing the most. Sneaking in food and drinks, putting my feet up on the seat in front of me, munching like a maniac, stuff like that. One thing though I do recommend is go to a low-key movie, meaning a movie that isn't blockbuster or has been in the cinema for a while. Cause most of the times they're close to 0 people in those ones, meaning you pretty much have a private cinema. So no one will be mad if you start chatting with your homies or munching like a madman that hasn't eaten in 3 weeks.
What movie we watching again?
Number 1. You or your friend's place. I'ma set the scene. You have a free day and you're bored. You watched everything good in the cinema, been to your local water park 1,000 times, and unfortunately, it's a cold and rainy day, so you don't want to go to the park or the zoo. Here you are thinking, man, I'ma really spend my free day doing nothing. When you feel your phone vibrate and you check and see it's your homie, Michael. You answer the call and he's like, hey yo, my parents went away for the night. I got the whole house to myself. I was thinking, you, me, and Daniel have a limit-breaking smoke sesh and see where the day takes us. There's just something about smoking up with your homies in a crib by yourself, knowing you have the whole day to just find entertainment in the stupidest things.
Okay, I'm feeling it. Yeah.
Hey, fly like a dragon, sting like a bee. Mess with me, homie, you messing with the team. Got lots of guns, got lots of money. Spend it all on a pack of honey. Ay, bang. Bro, that shit was straight fire.
So, have you ever smoked on a night before school or work? Well, I have a couple times actually. It's usually pretty chill. I wake up in the morning with energy and a good mood, drink some coffee, and yeah, it's great. But this story is about when I was working at a gas station as a summer job, and the one time when I smoked a bit too much and was still baked in the morning. It all started when me and a friend decided to blaze up and watch some YouTuber boxing. I don't remember exactly who was fighting, but because I live in Europe, I had to stay up until 3 a.m. for the match to even begin. So, here we are, pretty baked, it's 2 a.m., the match is gonna start in an hour or so, when my friend has the genius idea to smoke some more, because he wants to be suited for the match. Well, I'm thinking, why not? I got work in like 10 hours or so, that should be enough time to calm down. After doing the hit, I was pretty gone. But I wasn't freaking out or anything. I was still confident in my assessment that I'll be fine in the morning. So we watch the fight, everything is chill, and I go to sleep about 5:30 a.m., giving me a whopping 6 hours of sleep, which is fine. But when the alarm rang in the morning and I got up, well, let's just say I wasn't sober. Hell, I wasn't even high. I was still baked. At this point, I was a little worried. Not just because I had work in an hour, but because my shift was with 2 of the most try-hard gas station employees I've ever seen in my life. And well, I knew if they understood I was high, they'd 100% report me to the manager. Now, I could have just called in sick or something, but to be honest, I didn't really care too much if they fire me, and at the time, with my baked mind, I was low-key feeling like a secret agent on a mission to infiltrate this gas station and gather intel. So I ended up going. I arrived about 3 minutes late. Not a big deal, right? I swear, the second I walked in that door, those 2 tryhards were eyeballing me, like I was trying to rob the place or something. Anyway, I walked past them and said hello, and it seemed to me like I was in the clear. One of them said something like, "Hello, sleepyhead." I don't know, to be honest, I was 100% concentrating on acting natural, so I don't remember much about any social interactions I had that day. But yeah, I was on cooking duty that night, meaning I was making the fast food while the others were checking up customers and stocking shelves and whatnot. Also, because I was still pretty high at this point, in my mind, I was a Michelin star decorated master chef, making these hamburgers, hot dogs, and fries, putting my blood, sweat, and tears into them. And I swear, people were loving the food I was making.
I even overheard a girl say to her friend that this tastes better than usual. And not gonna lie, that made me so happy in that moment that my hard work was being noticed. But as we know, all good things must come to an end. And there I was, having the time of my life, making delicious fast food, when tryhard number 1, the big G, let's call her, says to me that I'm making the food wrong. Pretty much, we had a recipe book that had specific instructions on how to make the food. And well, I was kind of ignoring it a little bit. By putting in, let's say, 50 grams of lettuce instead of 30. Not a big deal, I thought, but I guess it was. So now the big G has effectively taken all the joy from this job. And well, I'm pretty bummed out. As a way to be a little prick, I decided I'm going to make the food all slow-like. And not gonna lie, I got enjoyment from watching the big G having to suck up to customers because their orders were taking so long. And when the big G told me to make the food faster, I just told her I don't know how to make it correctly and fast. So she had two options. Let me make it my way or the slow way. And well, she decided my way. So I ended up making food for the entire day, and it was pretty fun. Obviously, after like 3 or 4 hours, I was pretty much normal again, so yeah. That was my high at work story. It probably wasn't as crazy as you might have thought, but it sure was a pretty cool experience for me.